Hello everyone, and welcome to the final 9 of the Preserve Championship, designed by LaVisca Disc Golf, part of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We are your two Hot Geese.
Honk.
Honk.
We are watching Paige Pierce, Missy Gannon, Hansen, and Holyn Handley battle it out on a very windy day out here at the Black Bear course.
Super windy, and as we turn into the back 9, we're facing a lot of headwind holes. You can see not as many people under par on the round today, but we see Evelina Salonen and Katrina Allen screaming up the leaderboard, keeping up with Paige Pierce and Missy Gannon, shooting some very clean rounds out here in the blustery conditions.
Yeah, Paige has a 5-stroke lead. We'll see if she can hang on or if anyone can reel her in. Hole 10 is a par 3, 269 feet across the water. You're throwing up this wall. It is so sketchy. You want to throw either straight at it and just like blast an ace run, or kind of throw to the right where there's a little strip of inbounds. This is where Missy's going. That's a really common mistake. She may have crossed at the corner up there, which would make her second shot much easier. A lot of times if you can ride that right side and then bail out left right before the trees, it's a great play.
Ella throwing something slower and very high. She's so comfortable putting her disc up in the air.
Wow, that's so far.
Yeah, it goes way past the basket. She'll be in circle 2 land.
I think that was a P2.
There needs to be like a compilation of like speechless Ella just threw a putter moments.
Uh-huh.
It'll just be a lot of silence.
Crickets. Yeah. Oh, come on. Get him bounce. Get him bounce.
Oh, so much action. Making the spotters dance.
I think Paige also might get to take it up in that right side corner. I've not seen the forehand play on this.
Oh, just a little bit low. Holyn with a really nice distance forehand. 269, but uphill it plays more like 300.
So it's normal OB rules here. No drop zone. Wow, Holyn floating one at the basket, leaving kind of a scary comebacker, though, just outside the circle towards the cliff. So Missy able to take her shot from up here. This is a putt for par.
I like where this basket is situated. From the tee pad, it looks like it's so close to the edge, but when you get up there, I mean, you have
some room.
Yeah, full 20, 25 feet.
Like, you can run, putts back at it.
Yep. Very thoughtfully placed.
Paige just a couple inches too low for her par attempt. Ella, decision time. Probably laying up. Yep, smart.
Straight headwind putt. I think that's the good play here. 18% of the field taking a birdie on this hole, but we will not see any birdies on our lead card. And that's not super surprising. This hole plays tough, and it can play tough at any time.
Mm-hmm.
One of those that you could play 100 times and 25 will be doubled, and you're like, how did this happen?
And then another 25 will be twos.
Yep.
Yeah, this hole played rough for our lead card here. Ella with the only par. Missy and Paige with bogeys. Holyn with a double.
Hole 11, a new par 4. You want to get over this bunker. It is not out of bounds, but it just makes your footing really awkward for your second shot. You go pick any of these gaps, get over this hill. The basket is beautifully placed on a little stump with a bush. Check out the upper left corner. We got 2 Hot Geese merch for sale. Y'all have heard us talk about it all weekend and all summer. Thanks for buying it if you already have.
Yeah, I saw a few shirts out there. I try to give you honks if you're ripping our merch, so thank you.
You guys are the best.
That is a great shot. It does trickle a little on that left side, but I think she's far enough that Ella will have a look to attack for birdie.
We had a tailwind here, but it was very swirly. We kind of switched back and forth from left to right and tail and right to left. I saw a lot of discs get pushed down and pushed up, a lot of wind dancing with the plastic in the air. Ella and Missy both kind of filtering out to the left-hand side, which is a very regular landing zone for FPO players.
Paige early releases that Zeus. It's going to get some good progress, but it is really cut off. She will probably have to pitch out from there.
This is a hole that, while technical and long, everybody can birdie it. It's just 2 very high-level shots.
Yeah.
Holyn looks like she pushes too far straight or right, but it actually opens up some gaps on that side that you can't see from the tee pad.
Yeah, she has this one tree in the way, but it's definitely doable, you know, to get there. Narrow gap.
Puts it a little low. Get some good ground play, though, and she'll have a very easy par from there.
Yeah, Paige, super stretched out.
Yeah, not much to work with here.
It's like a buzz forehand.
Still trying to get aggressive. I mean, why not? She's got some strokes to play with here.
It's a good out. Missy a little tucked in on this left side. She does have a nice straight look at it. It's fading out a little too early, and wow, she's kind of deep too.
Yeah, that wind really took control of that disc. Ella pinched up against a tree, but still opting for the sidearm here. You want to go right just after those two guardian trees.
Oh,
I feel like that was my fault.
I was worried about it. Like, she's so close to that tree, I'm surprised she didn't throw a backhand.
Still with about 180 feet to the green.
Oh, man.
Those guardian trees are so brutal from that angle.
Paige got to a good spot. There's a nice big gap on the right-hand side. She's probably only 175 feet. Just needs to crest the hill, and it's perfect.
Jumps the top of the hill, parks the stump. Holyn throwing her third shot, just chipping it up.
That bush is really dense. 3 of the ladies on my card ended up in it somehow. We were like, where are we?
How do we get here?
Yeah. Ella just pitches up, and she'll be taking a bogey.
And is this for Missy's birdie?
Mm-hmm.
Look at this ripping right to left crosswind.
Man.
Giving it a super, super aggressive bid. Love that.
Very linear. Missy makes good on the comebacker for par.
There was one birdie today. Katrina Allen getting the 3. And that's a good feeling 3 to get. Especially in these conditions. It was crazy today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw some discs do some weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That guy loves pars. Hole 12 is a par 3. It's 348 feet. It's really difficult. It's just a dead straight shot. There's water behind it. The right side is death, so if you're gonna make a mistake, error to the left. I'm trying to remember the wind on this one.
That is not an exaggeration. The right side is death.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is such a pretty shot from Missy.
Yeah, beautiful.
Flipping up. Even there was a left to right crosswind, and that still fights the wind and looks like there's no conditions to deal with.
4. Okay.
Yeah, it's really easy to hyzer out to the left and kind of end up in that spectator area, which is in bounds.
Yeah, it's in bounds and it pushes into the fairway. Uh-oh.
Death. Just needs a kick left. Kick left. Be nice.
Hey, that was really good filtering.
Yeah, she actually
That was
really
excellent.
got through a good bit of it.
Yeah, she might even have a putt.
I don't think so, but we'll see. Ella burning it low, but getting a skip and
Was this intentional?
a putt. No way.
I know, I'm just kidding. But really great ground play. Around edge of circle 2.
Age with
Yes.
225 or so, 250.
Was just happy to miss that tree. It was a very awkward stance. She'll have a major death putt right towards the Mississippi River. Ella just laying up here. Even though this hole is only 348 feet, this play is the 6th most difficult hole on the day.
It's just a hard birdie. I mean, I watched some of the MPO play this hole, and it's difficult for them to get. You know, it's very technical.
This, where the basket is placed, is just brutal. It drops off so steeply behind. There is a little bit of room, but if your putter has any sort of momentum on it, it will find the water. This birdie feels like an eagle, I think. When you get a 2 on this one, you're like,
The Beagle.
the beagle. There was 4 birdies on the day. Jennifer Allen, Rebecca Cox, Natalie Ryan, and Haley King got 2s, while 41% of the field finding a bogey or worse. This one played tough. Ella with a par, Paige conceding the bogey after the early tree hit.
Brings it down to a 4-stroke gain.
And we move on to a super headwind Anhyzer shot, 329 feet, lots of low ceiling, and a narrow gap to hit on the way out. This one always plays tough, but with these conditions, it plays even tougher. You do not want your disc to turn over sharply early. The Mississippi River comes in super close, and you will lose a disc. Playing one out to the middle of the field is the play here. We see Missy being super smart.
Yeah, that's a good play.
This hole's so hard to birdie. It's almost
Even
not
in
worth,
calm conditions.
Yeah, it's almost not worth trying to get super aggressive. I like the straight play here.
Oh, and we haven't gotten to see this, even though it's really what the hole is kind of shaped for. A power forehand.
Wow.
That's huge.
Wow.
Wow, that was gorgeous.
That is amazing. It looks so casual, too.
Casual Rive park job.
She just walked into it.
Mm-hmm.
Ella looking to do the same. She took the high route yesterday. Today she got some branches that lifted her up a little more than she wanted.
Paige throwing backhand passion. She didn't seem super happy with it, but it's fine.
That's a pretty common mistake here, just leaving it a little bit too low, trying to get under that branch or maybe even get to the right of it.
Well, a little tucked up on this right side, going forehand, Hyzer.
Really
It's a good out.
beautifully executed around that branch.
Wow, when I came through here, this green was awful.
Yeah,
the wind
it
was terrible.
Yes, it was so windy.
It's
This was the
pretty
one.
chill right now.
This was the one where the flagpole was like looked like it was going to break off the top of the basket.
Yeah, it's interesting how the wind changed throughout the day on different holes.
Another long birdie putt right around circle 2 edge. And not trying to do anything funny here. Ella for par. Just a wee bit off.
I think gets her to 2 up on the round.
And then look at Holyn here. Just tapping in a birdie.
Mm-hmm.
She's one of only 2 on the day. The other was Holly Finley. And, you know, I feel like it takes a certain little bit of magic to get a 2 on this hole.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, that was
congrats.
amazing.
Biggest ups. Wow.
Hole 14 is a downhill par 4, 669 feet, OB line on the left, Mississippi River on the right, and some very dense trees. This was pretty much a straight headwind when I came through. It was really hard to control your disc coming off this hill. You really want to keep the nose angled down.
It was almost like a left to right cross just on the tee shot. So if your disc showed the underside at all, boom, you're in those trees. Holyn just
Crushes one.
Dude.
And the wind looks down for them, though, on this hole.
It does. It looks so calm. Those flags were making so much noise by the tee pad. It was
yeah.
blowing hats off. It was blowing your disc around in your hand.
Yeah, it was wild when we came through. So these ladies able to really attack the hole. This is the most common play, I think, just throwing kind of at the trees, hyzering into the middle. Really beautiful shot from Missy.
And you can tell that this was played as a very difficult wind for most of the field. It played as the 4th most difficult hole on the day.
And it's been one of the easiest.
Yep. It's one of the most reachable birdie holes.
Oh, wow. Not that stable.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully, I mean, I think she's in bounds. Spotter doesn't know. It's garbage in there.
Nothing
though.
could be
Just
wet.
Hot garbage.
Ella with the same problem here. Oh,
Oh, she gets the tree love, though.
it looks like it just threw it back out.
Nope.
No, we don't want this one. lining up the sidearm here. This is a scary shot because it's a headwind. If you flip it over, that out of bounds all the way down the left-hand side comes into play quickly.
Oh, wow. Great control and trust from Ella. Wow, she gets the circle too.
Super steep uphill. I don't know if you can tell with the camera angle, but I mean, I would say it's about 40 feet of elevation gain from where Ella just threw from.
Yeah, it's reachable, but you have to throw a little harder than you think. So Paige is safe, but she's just pitching out, I'm sure. Oh, that's a passion. Maybe she has a gap. Oh, that's solid.
Yeah.
Great little out.
Missy lining up a backhand here. She's probably going to ride this right side tree line, try to Anhyzer something into the green. It's better to miss deep than it is short, so you do not leave yourself a headwind putt.
It's still not great, though. That was a good shot.
Nothing is great on this green.
Yeah. Yeah, it's intimidating.
She'll have a crosswind putt from
Wow.
about 28.
Holyn threw probably 425 off the tee, something like that. Over 400. This is really odd, though.
Yeah,
I don't know if it just was fluffed or...
I feel like maybe a little nerves there. This headwind can get into your head so quickly, especially when you're throwing uphill. So maybe just a little nervy shot.
Misjudging. She didn't really throw it very hard, and then the wind just took it. Ooh, look at that. Paige with a perfectly straight up shot to 20 feet, 18 feet. And that's a bummer with Holyn's huge drive. This is for par.
Nice little soft bid.
Ella's third shot, likely laying up. Oh, going for it. Nope, laying up.
So in round one, we saw 25% of the field taking a birdie. In round two, we saw 27% of the field taking a birdie. In round three, guess how many?
How many birdies or what the percent was?
Percent.
6%.
2.
Wow.
1 birdie.
Wow.
1 birdie.
That's
That
nuts.
is crazy.
Who
How
got
much
it?
more difficult to play? Onskagens.
Heck yeah.
The president of the Onskagens fan club is here to report.
Big honk. Wait, you're the president?
No, you.
Okay, well, you said it. I would battle you for that title.
I was announcing
I would
you.
physically fight you.
This green is so brutal just on a calm day. Just bends away on all sides except for one. Paige with a great par save after being deep in the woods on the right-hand side.
Yeah, that second shot was really skillful. Missy taking a bogey there.
This green plays so tough.
Yeah, par was good today.
Let's check in with the leaderboard, see what everyone else is doing. See how everyone is making this turn into the headwind. We see Katrina
5
losing
down.
it. Yeah, and everyone else moving closer to even par. Losing those birdie strokes as we turn around. I mean, it was playing so rough out there. Paige and Missy still keeping it pretty clean. Jennifer screaming up the leaderboard with just a 3 down.
Only 4 holes left, though. Missy's 4 strokes behind, so
what
not
happens.
great odds.
Yeah, 15 is one of the hardest gaps to hit. It's kind of a funky tee pad, and it's a narrow gap and uphill. We also had a screaming headwind, but turning it over is not a big deal. You can still get a par pretty easily. It does take away the birdie option pretty quick, though. You want to get as much distance as possible here off the tee and let it filter left so you have some good footing to throw another big bomb to the green. Paige showing the most common error that I think was probably seen today, and that's going way down the right-hand side. She gets
Great distance.
Yeah, really far down there, but it's kind of a gully and some tall grass.
Yeah, the footing is weird, and then you have to throw straight up the hill.
Ella early releases into the trees. Does it filter? I don't think so.
It's pretty hard to scramble from there, honestly, depending on if there's a tree in her way.
Holyn with a really great looking shot. Super stable disc, making this look like there are no conditions to deal with.
Yeah, that was her ride. She's been leaning on it in those windy shots. Missy disking up to a Zeus. Throws it a little high, but really great power.
Yeah, what a great shot.
Yeah, awesome.
Getting almost as much distance as Holyn. Ella did.
Ella, yeah, she filtered through.
This is not a bad place to be. Birdie's probably not in the equation here, but she can get way down there for an easy par.
Yeah, as long as she doesn't mess around with this tree too much, even that should be fine. She'll have to think about the tree a little bit on her third shot. Missy going Zeus again. Working that right side. Solid shot.
Oh yeah, she'll be wide open to the basket.
This is a really tough one to reach if you don't have that absolute elite level distance to get the birdie.
Holyn has that elite level distance, puts it out wide right, gets some skips, and she's right on the edge of circle downhill from the basket for birdie.
Yeah, it was a great upshot.
So impressive in these crazy ripping headwinds to get that much distance. Paige is way down there, just on the right-hand side. Her drive went so far.
It did. It really did. And what a great shot in that tall grass. Sometimes it, grabs at your feet and it's hard to use your momentum correctly and you end up releasing weird, but not Paige.
Ella opting for the sidearm around this tree. Maybe a little bit more of a blind shot. But
Beautiful.
Yeah, really nice approach.
Ella in the bullseye for par.
Missy a little bit under the tree branches, but it was a pretty straightforward up and down from there. Paige was a little bit of a death putt here. She's not going to do anything crazy. Layup is a smart play.
Holyn for birdie.
There was only 2 people getting a birdie on hole 15, Evelina Salonen and Jennifer Allen getting 3s. And they were also the only 2 people to make it to circle 1 in regulation. Everyone else just going to tap in some pars here. And that feels great on this hole, especially with that ripping headwind. Boop. And we're in the final stretch.
Hole 16, very gettable at 310 feet if it were not for the headwind. Absolutely raging. These ladies can absolutely still get it. You do not want to be short left in that bush. Let's see, there it is. They do have the wind.
You don't want to be short at all here because it is a death putt and the headwind too.
Whoa.
Oh, I lost it.
It's really high and right. I think it's safe, but whoa.
Windy.
And I think that's a nuke.
That's
It's
fine
either
though.
a nuke or a Zeus.
Honestly,
It's
that's
a stable
fine.
disc. It is fine, but like it was so far up in the air.
There is water on the right hand side you have to worry about that's out of bounds. But most people are going to throw a little bit more controlled hyzers, like we see Ella.
Wow.
Oh,
That
yes.
was an FD3. And we haven't seen anyone land super close to this basket. The way the hill sets up, it's really hard to get close to that bullseye.
Again, I did not see anyone on my card land in circle 1. It says on the stats that today 25% of the field landing in in circle 1 for regulation.
Oh, wow.
But I just didn't see it at all. I don't believe it.
Okay. Holyn throws at wide right, similar to Paige. They're about pin high. Missy going lower, but not quite fighting back hard enough. She's somewhere in circle 2.
I think this is the farthest 310 feet in disc golf.
Today it was.
Paige just going to jump putt something close. Only 12% of the field taking a birdie on this hole. That's 6 birdies out of 51 competitors, and you can see why there were so few.
Everybody just laying up. Ella for the birdie. Yeah.
Yeah.
She is 1 over on the round.
So these short putts played especially tough today. You want to throw them soft because you don't want to, slam it into the pole and have it bounce back out at you. But the wind was taking control of your putter so easily out of your hand. You had to really,
You jam them in there.
yeah, really focus and try to throw them in low so the wind didn't do anything. Lots of mental effort on the shorties today. Hole 17, the gauntlet. I always say that I love it, but I actually don't know if I do.
Oh, I love it.
Most of the time you want to throw a putter straight, give it some height, let it glide down there. Maybe some people dissed up to a mid today. We see Ella throwing a sidearm. There was a right to left crosswind. There is out of bounds deep at the basket and right.
I believe this is her tactic.
Love that. What a great play. The only place you really want to avoid is a tree kick to the left early. Makes it really tough to get up and down. Everywhere else was pretty easy to scramble from.
Paige looks like she's disking up to a buzz. Catches one of the last trees, kicks out, and she should have hopefully an easy layup from there. Holyn throwing a pure, very straight putter. It's a good shot, too far.
There is no water over there, just some tall grass to contend with.
Yeah, there's a pretty decent gap. There's a couple trees, though, that could be in Holyn's way. Ooh, Missy getting that left side kick, but she doesn't go too far. She should be fine. A couple of low-hanging branches in the way.
And what a great approach.
Yeah, beautiful.
Super controlled, right into the bullseye. You don't want to leave a long putt on this elevated basket in the conditions we have today.
Paige lays up for her par. Holyn for a birdie.
Putting straight into a headwind.
1 inch. She definitely thought she had it. It was a good bid.
Ella with a little bit more of a tailwind look.
Also low. Looking like a bunch of pars here.
20% of the field finding a birdie on this hole, and that's higher than I would have thought. This basket is especially tough with the windy conditions, but at the FPO field, still making the most of it.
So pending some sort of disaster by Paige, having 5 strokes going into the last hole is pretty comfortable.
Yeah, hole 18 is a disaster hole, though.
That's true. Probably played as the hardest one today.
Let's find out. Yes, it did. In fact, we are moving on to the most difficult hole and just a round shatterer, if you will.
I will. It shattered mine. 942 feet. You need to clear the water. A straighter shot is risky, but gets a lot more distance. Then you want to lay up to either side of this inbounds bunker, throw across another water carry. Ideally get past this bunker here and have a putt. Right side OB line at the bleachers. So you really have to pump your final shot and to hopefully get a birdie look.
None of these bunkers are out of bounds, like Erika said, but they do just affect your footing. It makes it really hard to push off and get power.
This was a left to right crosswind, so if you had it on an Anhyzer angle, it was kind of hard to get it to swing back, but Ella has no problem throwing it 500. No, it wasn't that far, but at least 4.
That shot was so incredible. This wind was absolutely brutal, and for her to hang it that
Yeah,
far
so much
out
trust.
to the right. Yeah.
This is way more typical Paige throwing a safer line, still getting plenty of distance.
I feel like, is their wind not as hard, or are they really just are not affected?
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it doesn't. Oh, yeah, it's not at all. Because we're having hats fly off
Yeah.
on this hole. It's much calmer.
Regardless, it's still a tough hole. But that's why it played as the hardest hole today. Was the majority of the field had a wind.
A wind.
A wind.
I think we had 2 or 3 winds on ours.
Yeah. Probably 4 wins. Missy, this is the left side bailout zone. If you don't want to throw 400 to 450 feet, you can absolutely still birdie from here if you place your next shot correctly. Missy's going right side of this inbounds bunker. This looks like a good shot. And it checks up.
Yeah, might have trickled in.
Yeah,
she might have some funky footing.
The footing is weird in there. Just hard to get all the power you need. Holyn swings it out a little bit wider, trying to avoid that bunker. Big old skip.
Yeah, that's
She's in a
great.
perfect spot.
Paige also swinging it out wide to the right. Doesn't want to mess around with the bunker.
Wow, just as perfect. 1 foot more perfect.
And Ella, CTP, just a simple hyzer.
He's a little short, but that's fine.
Yeah, with her distance, she doesn't even really have to worry here. She's probably got about 360 feet to the basket, maybe a little less than that. Slightly uphill, very slightly.
That looks great.
And it's perfect.
It's an FD3, gorgeous shot. And she's parked to get back to even par for the round.
And that's such an impressive 4. Gosh, that's unbelievable. You can see Missy's
some wind.
Yeah, Missy's just getting taken by that left to right crosswind. She'll be encircled to land.
So they had 1 wind on this hole. Holyn opting for the forehand.
Kind of loops it up, shows the underside. Wind takes it a little bit.
Loops it.
Loops it.
Loop. Paige going backhand. Wow. Great trust.
Yeah. What a pretty shot.
I'm not sure if that was a buzz or a passion. Regardless, it's beautiful.
Holyn from circle 2 for her birdie.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Awesome. What a finish.
Dude, her celebrations kill me. I love it.
Holyn ended up, I think, 3 over par on the day, but man, did she have some highlight shots today. We'll see her back on more lead cards.
Yeah, it looks like she just enjoyed the process of being on a lead card.
Yeah.
That is the best.
Hype.
Yeah, that's a moment that you remember forever. The preserve has the big bandstands. We have huge crowds. That's great. Yeah, we will see Holyn on many more lead cards.
Missy for her birdie.
I want to see Missy get psyched right now.
That would be funny. So Missy had a great front nine. She was 3 down. I think she was 2 over on the back with a 1 under.
And Paige
Overall?
just getting it up under the basket.
Yep.
Ella tapping in for her birdie, and what a great finish for Ella.
And with that birdie, she ends up tying Missy for second place. Paige, two-time preserve champion.
Wire to wire.
Super smooth, dominant playing all around.
The Disc Golf Pro Tour and Prodigy Disc, I'm pleased to present your 2022 Preserve Champion, Paige Pierce.
Paige, congratulations. This win was your 70th Elite Series victory, the most of any disc golfer. When you come to a place like this that's so beautiful, can you comment on some of the initial emotions you feel winning out here?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it just feels like our playground as disc golfers, you know, just to be out in nature, watching the tall grass blow and, you know, watching our discs, you know, it's hard to put into words, but, you know, if you're a disc golfer and you've had a tough day and you get out on the disc golf course, that's where you're all feeling the same thing, gratitude and just appreciation to be outside.
You've been so adamant about leaning into the positive elements of life and celebrating the people around you. Can you just do that and comment on the amazing women that you've been able to compete alongside today?
Yes, I can definitely do that. So first of all these Minnesotans know because they were here in person. The crowd was amazing today. If you guys watched at home, you probably also noticed, but it's harder to tell on camera. These shots that Ella and Holyn are throwing, these rollers, 500-foot rollers on par fives that are making the birdies so easy. I mean, eagle chances out here. And, you know, Holyn's hitting putts. I wish she didn't wait till hole 18 to show off. I swear, you guys, star Holyn on U-Disc. You're going to be impressed. But, yeah, I mean, huge putts, huge rollers, huge sidearms. It's like, I'm doing everything I can to I'm a one-trick pony kind of thing, but good thing I've got 2 decades at it. So these girls are coming up. I'm just going to keep doing my backhand Anhyzer thing, and I'm loving watching it fly.
Fantastic. And let's snap to you right now and let's talk about the major next week in Madison, Wisconsin. What's your game plan? Are you going to relax for a little bit, or are you going to get right there and get to work?
No, I'm no relaxing for me for the rest of the year, but definitely not this week. For a major, I mean, I'm playing probably 2 rounds a day, especially on these courses. They're only like 6,000 feet, so I'll probably get to play 2 rounds a day, and then I'm hosting Jomez. I'm taking over Jomez. Sorry, German, Yuli, and Nate. Taking over your job for the week. Me and Kona, we're hosting a practice round, a putting round, and then doing commentary every night. So it's going to be a crazy week. And on top of that, yeah, Alyssa's family will be there. Her mom, stepdad, aunt, uncle, cousins, grandma. So going to be hanging with the Pelichek family and, you know, trying to get family time, grow the sport, win a major. It's never resting. Never resting.
Not too shabby. Congratulations, Paige.
Thanks,
Enjoy
Ryan.
yourself.
Thank you.
Let's take a peek at the final round, back 9 for our lead card. Not as much green as we saw on the front, but just enough for Paige to take on that 5-stroke victory. Like Erika said, Ella tying up Missy with those last 2 birdies on the last 3 holes.
Yeah, and Paige is totally right. We are seeing so much growth and evolution in our sport. Ella and Holyn were a pleasure to watch, and Missy just cranking away with those thrashers, cruising to a tied for second place. Very exciting.
Maria and Kaidi, both also newer faces on tour, and look at them in the top 10, no problem. Juliana back on tour after a handful of years off, and she's crawling into the top 10.
And Katrina Allen, 4 down, jumping into 4th place. Hot round
So
of the day.
impressive. Thanks again to our VIP members, and thanks to the viewers. You guys are the best for watching and for supporting us and GK Pro. Next week we have a women's major. We have U.S. women, so please tune in, hang out. We again love you guys, and thanks for honking at us when you see us. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Geese.
Honk.
Honk honk.